Okay, when you have a look at this trade hall, what do you see? I'll tell you what you see. You see a lot of empty spaces. A lot of empty spaces means a lot of opportunity. And what does that opportunity mean? An opportunity to make money, of course. Now, we can make money at the moment, obviously, with our Fletchers, but that's only for 4 of the spaces. And if we have a look, this trade hall has actually got 30 spaces on either side, meaning we can get 60 villagers ram-packed in here. 60 villagers I could be making money from, you know? So my aim is to basically fill this out, completely stack it full of Fletchers if I can. Because at the moment, Fletchers are definitely our best way of making money. I mean, look at this. All from string. Easy money. This is so easy. That's because last episode I actually managed to make myself a string duper, which means we get unlimited string, meaning we can make amount of money, right? I do actually still have to fix this, so don't look at me like, wow, he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, that's definitely correct, but I do know that this is a problem that needs fixing. Like, I see all the string there being built up, and I see that it's not being collected at the same rate, but don't worry, it will be fixed, and I'm going to be fixing it. But just know that I am getting a lot of string seeing build up passively while I just do other projects, and don't worry, like I said, I will say once again, I will be fixing this. But the point I'm making is now that we have unlimited string, like it's just going now, it's working its way, I'm getting more and more string. We have access to as much string as we can possibly want, right? As much string as we possibly want. And guess what? Fletchers, want to buy string for emeralds. So it's a great way for us to make money. I mean, even before I actually started trading string with the emeralds, Fletchers were still our best option for making money because I have all these logs and all these trees down here, right? All these giant spruces I managed to get from the surface, and now I plant down here so we can chop them at any time, because seeing as we can only go to the surface every 10 days, it just saves us a lot of hassle, right? And we can basically have unlimited woods. The only problem with this is I have to actually manually chop the things. Whereas the string duper is always working. It is always producing string and it is always collecting string, albeit very inefficiently at the moment, but you know, you get the point. It is making string quicker than we would be farming logs, which basically frees up a lot of our time, and that time we can put into other things. Not to mention, it takes 14 string for 1 emerald. I know it says 13 here, but that's just the discounted rates. As you can see, look, 1 emerald for 13 string, right? The same villager, it would usually cost, although again it's discounted, it would usually cost 32 sticks for 1 emerald. That's like more than double the amount of resources, right? So again, it's just more cost effective doing it like that. Now, all this wood that I do get from collecting trees that I've put in this chest for trading with the villagers, I can now take out because I'm not going to be trading it with villagers. I can actually put it to use in other things, right? I can now build with it. I can now put it into the furnace to smelt into charcoal for fuel for other things, although I don't know if I'll be doing this that often because I collect a lot of coal from just mining out spaces. But you get the point. I can now use it for other things, which is tremendously helpful because I don't want to have to spend hours of my time having to mine, or should I say harvest logs, just so I can trade it all the way to those guys over there because of their extortionate prices, right? So that's why I want to fill this space with as many Fletchers as I possibly can. And then once they're all in place, we are going to make so much money. Like at the moment, just from those 4, from trading like just a bit of string to them, I've gained like almost 4 stacks of emeralds. 4 stacks of emeralds, let me just give you an example. Let's just go to this guy. There you go, that's 3 diamond picks. And that's another 3 diamond shovels. And let's go over here. And I've just bought another 3 axes. So just like that, I've just easily bought myself 3 more diamond axes, 3 more diamond shovels, and 3 diamond pickaxes. So you get the point. Like, the game really opens up, and I've still got 42 emeralds left over. You know what? I'll show you even more. Bang. Just buy some bread, and then I'll just buy some more food for myself. And again, I've still got 26 pumpkin, 26, I've still got 14 emeralds left over. So you get the point. You can do a lot in this game if you have money to spend. And if you have a means to reliably make a lot of money, then it's huge. Because, let's be honest, villagers are OP. They are completely out of, I mean, in a good way. They've just given me that bread back. It's completely good for us because we can utilize them and really make good on what they have to offer, because villagers have a shit ton to offer. And they are really good early game. It's not even early game. They're really good just any point of the game. And getting these guys from here is going to be my next step, filling that space up, because as you can see, I do have a lot of beds for a lot of villagers that can and will be going to the trade hall. The only problem is I don't actually have all the villagers to fill them. I have a fairly decent amount. I mean, we started off with 2 in here. We have 2 in here and we had 2 over there. Or we started off with 4 and then I took 2, didn't I? I can't even remember. Anyway, I started off with not many, is my point. And now we have a lot more. Look at them all. They're all sleeping. I don't know why they sleep over here and not over there, but whatever the case, they have all been assigned to bed. beds, but you see how many fresh beds there are waiting in the wings, ready for someone to snuggle up and wriggle up into the duvets. Freshly washed duvets that I hand washed myself, right? And they're not getting in. Why? Because I haven't got all the villagers, which is why my next step is to breed these guys up as much as possible. Now, at the moment, it seems like fighting an uphill battle because there's so many spaces. But now that we have a means of making basically unlimited money, right? Even just from the 4 villagers we have, we can basically use that money to buy as much of this bread as possible. Now, I know if there's only one farmer at the moment, I could probably get another farmer, and you know what, I might do that. That might be a good shout. But he will reset his trade and we will be able to buy this bread from him, and that bread we are going to be able to give to these guys in here. The more of the villagers that come, the more villagers that will breed at one time. It'll be sort of like an accumulative effect, right? It's just going to compound, and I need to fill in a bed right here. This is where the diamonds were. That last episode before episode 3, wasn't it? And I decided that I needed to mine the diamonds on camera, but I didn't realize I didn't put a bed there to replace them. Anyway, my point is, once we have all the villagers we need in here, I can just start taking them out. And what I will probably do, because they are so easy to capture when they're like this, I'll give you an example. I've been talking for a while about why I've spaced these beds out, because they're easier to capture, and I'm just going to give you an example of how they are. Right, you could just put a bed right, you could put a boat right next to the bed, break the bed, look at that, he's straight in there. So much easier. Whereas if you have the beds such as like this, and you have a long line of them, if you have to put a boat here, and then what's going to happen, you'll break it, he's just going to stand there looking dumb, and then he's just going to wander over here, because that's what villagers do, and you're going to have a nightmare trying to get him back into the space. So that's something that is going to be a pain. And I'll tell you what, now I've got him in the boat, I might as well take him to the trade hall. But I'll just leave him there until tomorrow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this guy into a farmer, I think. Here we go, and if we just put this bed over here to replace where the diamond was, there we go. Now we've got a fully stacked bedroom of beds. But something else I wanted to point out that a couple of you have mentioned on the comments about when I said I thought the goats had killed villagers, because they were definitely attacking the villagers, and that keeps setting on fire because there's a lava source around there. I might need to fix that at some point. But to the couple of people who said you thought they were killing the sheep, yeah, you're completely right. The sheep I went up and grabbed on like episode 2 or 3, I can't remember what one it was. I think it was episode 2, it might have been number 3. But yeah, there is no sheep in here. As you can see, there is 1 goat and there is 2 goat. As for the 3 sheep, including the pink one I brought back, yeah, they're dead. They're long gone. There's these guys here. Very annoying. Very, very annoying. Which means I'm going to have to go to the surface again to just grab sheep. So I'm hoping there's still sheep up there. I'm sure they would have respawned, right? Okay, so I brought him into the trade hall. I've got his composter set up, and he should hopefully become the farmer with the bread trade. Although I need to get some emeralds. Alright, let's see what happens. Nope, it's not the bread trade. In which case, I need to get rid of that and replace it. He should become a farmer again. Come on, have the bread trade. No, of course you wouldn't. Okay, bread trade. That's excellent. Buy as much of that as possible. Trap him in there. And now we have a farmer who offers bread, as well as this guy. And I can buy all the bread from him as well. And I just heard them reset their trades, so I should be able to buy some more bread. There we go. Buy some more bread. And again from this guy as well. There we go. I've still got 13 emeralds left over. That's crazy. Okay, now in here I can give all of that bread to these guys in here, and they absolutely love it. You watch this. I give it to these guys. They will take it and they will start breeding pretty much immediately. I'm fairly confident. Look at that. Straight away. That's what we want. And the thing is, they're going to have a cumulative amount of bread, right? They're going to have a lot of bread, and then over the coming days they're going to still be able to throw that bread to the other villagers because I've given them so much, and they are going to continue breeding. And each day if I buy bread and give it to other villagers, they're also going to throw and have a big stockpile of bread. So what's going to happen? They're going to create children. Those children are going to grow up and they're going to breed with their own children, which is kind of sick and disgusting, but that's the way of the villager. And they're going to produce more children, and then the cycle repeats until this whole space is filled up, and that's what we want. And then from there I can row them out one by one to that place over there, their home, their destiny. That's where they want to spend their life. I mean, they haven't said that to me, but I can tell, because that's what I want, and I know these guys want what I want, and that's why I like them so much. I mean, look at it. It's a beautiful sight. They've still got bread on the ground. Look at it. They're breeding and they've still got bread on the ground. I don't want them to waste that bread. I hope they pick that up. Okay, that's one of them picked up. Yeah, just get the other lot. Get the other lot. It's right there in front of you. They're not picking it up, are they? I'll tell you what, I'll throw it to them. They seem to like it if you throw bread right at them. It's like an abusive sort of relationship. I don't know. I don't get them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to basically spend a lot of time just waiting around, waiting for the days to pass, getting bread from the villagers, going over to the breeder, breeding them up, and I will probably return once I've got a village breeder full of bread. Full of breads, full of villagers. Alright, so as you can see, we are back in the village and it is completely full. Full to the brim of villagers I'm going to use for the trade tool. And it's taken quite a bit of trading actually. I've had to do a lot of trading back and forth because I haven't actually put any of these villagers into the trade hall that way, even though it would have saved me time if I'd just taken them as I went, because then I would have been able to trade more string with more Fletchers to get more bread. If I'd got more farmers to get more bread to throw to these guys, so they would have bred up even quicker. But we do now in fact have every single one of these beds full, and it's what day is it now? Day 55. I mean, I should really have gone to the surface at like day 38, so it is what it is. Also, I have done a little bit of renovating in my time, in my spare time, while I waited for like day cycles to pass and stuff like that. As you can see, I've put in like this little pathway. It's not much as you can see, but it's something. It's a area of improvement. And over here, I've actually put more renovation work over here. If you look at this, the trade hall. Well, I'm not really a builder. I am trying to make things look a bit cooler, and this definitely looks cooler than it did do. I mean, I think there's still a little bit of stuff to do. As you can see, I'm working on making a flooring at the moment, so that's why I've taken out a lot of these blocks, and I'm still going to do that. I've put crafting tables all the way along there as well to make it easier. I've replaced all of the blocks of the trade hall itself. I've been using this stone curve. Stone curves are so handy. I didn't realize how handy they are. Look, bang. Look at all those blocks. I had no idea I could do that with this thing. That's amazing. And in here, I've still got my villagers, obviously, but I'm going to work on the flooring. I'll get this flooring all kitted out so it's something nicer, or it just looks cooler. But yeah, I am happy with how this looks so far. Definitely looks better than it did. So for those of you who said I can't build, which is no one, but it's normally me, yeah, we are making progress. Also, there's something else I want to show you. There we go. Look at our diamonds. They are, or our diamond picks. They are adding up. We're now up to 7 used up diamond picks with 1 durability. I did end up breaking one as well. I don't know if I've already said that at some point, but I ended up breaking one, which isn't the best, but at the same time, we have all these on the go. On the go, or from the breaking point, and an axe as well. So I've got all this, and all our efforts through so far have been, we are managing to save up diamonds. Now that we're able to buy these from the traders, I'm actually managing to save diamonds. So I've got 28 diamonds. So this is cool. When we come to make smithing templates, I can just multiply them a bit easier. And of course, we still have our diamond tools that we bought last episode. Or was it this episode? I can't remember. I think it was this episode. Maybe it was last episode. No, we've still got a lot of string. I've been trading with the villagers. Some of them, though, I have noticed. I wonder if they've reset them now. Ah, look, this guy. Look at that extortionate price. From 14, he's bumped it up to 35. I think that's because I'm solely trading string. So I have actually tried to buy some other stuff for him, and I'm just going to leave him to cool down. And this guy's where I was just started to do it. Started to rank up his prices, which is not good for me. But like I said, I have bought some other items from them, and I'm just going to leave them to cool down. So hopefully they will actually end up turning their prices to normal. These guys are still at 13, which is nice. And it won't really matter about those two ranking up their prices. They're probably thinking they're pulling something fast. They can actually make me bend to their will because they know that I need the emeralds to buy the bread. But no, now that we've got a full trade hall, that's not going to happen. Yeah, look at them. It's like some sort of conspiracy, and them in the background. He's probably working with that farmer over there. But it's not going to happen because now that we've got that full trade hall, I can move villagers one by one over here and turn them, of course, into Fletchers. And I've actually made some fletching tables in preparation for this. But this next stage is going to be a slow process as well, because I'll row them one at a time, get them in, and then I've got to like try and trap them in position, make sure they've got the stick trade. I've got to have the sticks on hand. So I'm probably just going to do one trade at a time with each of the sticks, Fletchers. But it is what it is. We are going to get all trade hall full of Fletchers, and I'm thinking as well, I want to get a few more toolsmiths. Like these are all, I don't even know if I want to get more toolsmiths. I'm definitely going to get an armorer, like in like this slot. I'm definitely going to get a weaponsmith. I might get some more toolsmith, maybe. I mean, I know I can buy from this guy, look, I can buy diamond shovels, diamond picks, I can buy diamond hoes, diamond axes, diamond pickaxes, but I'm just thinking further down the line if I need to buy like, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 of each of the tools, but then maybe I should just be patient and just buy them over time. I could do that. So I probably won't add a toolsmith on second thought. I'll probably just fill the entire trade hall at the moment with Fletchers. And then when it comes to getting more villagers in the future, like librarians, clerics and shit like that, like I was saying about, I'll probably just expand the entire area that way, make another trade hall building there, probably put one over there. I'm going to have several more trade hall buildings. I know that for sure. And then once we've got that, we basically set up in this world. Because I still want to get masons. Masons are going to be massively helpful for us for just having a lot of different access to different blocks and things like that. I think it'd be cool. But I'm not going to try and move these guys until nighttime. No way. Because because I know how much of a pain they are. So in the meantime, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually... No, I should start. So I'm torn between moving the villagers or... I know what to do. I will start moving the villagers and I'll work on the floor. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so I think the next step, I'm just going to go and have to get the villagers, wait until night time, move the villagers over here, turn them into Fletchers one by one, and just hope for a smooth transition period. Okay, so I'm back. It's only been like a couple of seconds for you, but for me it's been quite a while, and I got distracted. I didn't end up actually putting any of the villagers in yet, because what I ended up doing instead was finishing the decorations for this. I thought I'd actually finish up the flooring. As you can see, I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, well, it's my first ever textured flooring. I've never done this before. And you know what? I actually feel kind of good about it. The only thing I don't feel good about with is now the rest of the cave. I want to sort of get rid of that, knock that down, and extend the sort of... extend this further that way and stuff, make it a bit nicer to look at. And I've even done it on the inside. Look at this flooring, custom flooring. Wow, what a pro builder this guy is. That's me. And as you can see, I even put in a little roof here, a little ceiling. Yep, nice textured ceiling. Oh, and I also put in all the fletching tables. So I've got all the fletching tables there. I thought I'd put them in ready for the villagers, and I've got them there. And as you can see, I've got a blast furnace to get an armorer, grindstone to get a weaponsmith, and the rest I've just filled with fletching tables. And as you know, you may notice as well, my levels have gone right down, and that's because I got shot with a skeleton and died. It was sort of my own fault. I knew the risks go into it, but basically I was trying to get gravel. I was trying to get flint from gravel because I didn't have enough flint, all the fletching tables we needed to make. So I thought, I know what I can do. I grab all the gravel I've got from my chests, and then I will get up into the cave system, the large cave. I will tower up and then just break it with the shovel, go down, up and down and up and down. And it worked really well until part of the cave where I towered up to was not fully lit, or not really lit at all, should I say, and a skeleton shot me off the top and I died. And I thought some of my stuff would have burnt in the lava because I definitely heard stuff burning, but I actually managed to recover most of it. I got my tools, which are the main thing, my food, and the flint that I'd been collecting, so I was happy. I didn't really care about the rest. The levels I'm not that fussed about. Yeah, we're going to need it for enchanting in the future, but I mean, I'm going to be doing so many trades with the guys we're going to be putting in here, so it's not really that much of a deal. And that cave system I found is a lot larger than we thought originally. I towered back up again. I went back. I thought, would I learn my lesson? Of course, no. I'm not going to learn my lesson. I'm just going to do it again, right? Because I think I shouldn't have been shot. The skeleton was in the wrong. I fucking was just minding my own business, right? What did I do that was wrong? Nothing. So I towered up again, and then rather than break the gravel, I thought I'd run around the cave system up there and start lighting the place up. And it was large. Like, the place, it extended a way back, and it went deeper in sections and up further in sections. And I thought, yeah, there's no way I'm going to spend all my time lighting this up at the moment. But I can definitely see why mobs will be spawning all over that place. There's definitely mobs in there for sure still that I haven't got to, because even though I thought I'd lit up a large portion of the cave, it was only really the bit that we could see when we first discovered it. But there is so much of the cave that has not been discovered, it's not been explored, and is fully dark and filled with mobs. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is taking the guys in here over to the trade hall and turning them into Fletchers one by one. That's definitely what we're going to be doing now. I'm not going to get distracted. I haven't got anything else to do, and as you can see, there is a shit ton of iron golems in here. There's 4, there's 5 over there, 6, 7 or 8, I don't know. There's a few of them that I need to kill to get rid of them, just to get some more iron. There's probably more than 8 actually. There's quite a few, but yeah, all of them are, I think, adult villagers now, which is even better. We don't have to mess around with the children. So I will take them one at a time once they're sleeping in beds, so I can trap them a bit easier. And in fact, what I will do is I will use this time to craft the boats ready for when we do come to grab the villagers, because I don't want to waste some of the night, having to spend some of the night crafting the boats, when really I should have had it ready to begin with, right? There's nothing worse than killing momentum. There we go. So I've got a load of boats now, and all I've got to do is wait until it's night and then take them out. I probably won't take them to the trade hall. What I'll probably do is I will probably just capture them one by one and then row them out to here. I mean, I could start catching them now, to be fair. It just might be a pain with having villagers try and get out and escape. And no, I probably could do it now. I just want an easier life. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take them out one by one. I'm going to take them out here. And then once I've got a good group, or maybe I'll just row them one at a time. I'll probably just row them one at a time. What am I talking about? I'll row them one at a time. And when it's night time, I will probably just leave them out here, because they can't actually become Fletchers at night time, or at least not without forcing them into a cubby hole. And that's going to be an absolute pain in the ass. Oh. I generally thought he was going to... Come on. Yeah, that's right. No, see, this is what I was talking about. This is why I didn't want to do it during the daytime. Oh, fuck. And now I've hit him. Well, that was his own fault. That was his own fault. He should have just left me alone. Get on with my business. I don't actually know what he's going to become. I don't know if he's going to become an armorer, a weaponsmith, a fletcher. We'll see. He's going to become nothing. What are you doing, man? It's supposed to be... Ah, he might want to become this, and I'm not going to let him. There we go. That's what he wanted to become. He wanted to become a mason. I knew it. Right, if you head that way, I need some blocks, really. Make this right. Here's how we get around this little trick. Because they seem to get stuck on the trapdoors, and he can't seem to get to the block he wants to choose. So this is what you have to do. You have to put that there so he can just pathfind around it. I don't know. This stupid, don't ask me. There we go, an armorer. Nice. And I'm not going to trade. I don't need to lock him into any specific trade, so I don't need to worry about that. I'll just go back and collect the next one. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to collect them one at a time, take them over, turn them into villagers. I'm not going to be so worked up on getting them trapped in each of their spaces. I will probably do that once they're all in. Reason being is because once it gets to a certain point in the day, they want to go to their job site block anyway. So once they're all in there, once I've got in there, it'd just be easy to trap, and trap them all in one go, or at least a massive portion in one go, rather than having to fiddle around pushing them in each time, and maybe they don't want to go. No, I'm just going to do it all in one go if I can, or maybe 2 or 3 goes rather than each and every time. Just let them roam free, let them think they've got autonomy of choice in here to do what they want, when really in reality it's just a waiting game. We wait until they think they're making their own choice of going into their job site blocks, but we all know it's instinct. We all know it's their natural desire to want to work, and we're going to use that against them. And then once we have used that against them, we will trap them in there and they won't be able to get out. I mean, look at him. He doesn't even have any clue what's going on. He's talking to his friends who are completely trapped because they got trapped by their working desire. And he thinks, here, I'm different. I can get around this. Look, I've got free will. I've got choice. No, you've got nothing. You've got absolutely nothing. I have everything. That's right. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Look at me and know I am your master. Okay, so it's nighttime now and all the villagers are sleeping. So what I was saying before, I'm not going to take them over to the trade hall at the moment because they won't become fletchers even if I wanted them to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to capture them, put them in these boats, and then row them outside and just dump them out there somewhere. So I can just quickly keep coming in and like back and forth, trying to catch as many as possible until the morning. And then when the day comes, I would just cart them over to the trade hall and turn them into fletchers, or maybe even the weaponsmith if it becomes one. No, you don't. Oh, there must be a free bed somewhere. Okay, that one didn't work out the way I planned it, but this one will. I can smell it. There we go. So he's in. And I can actually leave the gates open as well, which is cool during the night because they're not going to escape. They want to stay by their beds unless they come out here and try to pathfind to this one. So I'll break that one just in case. So as you can see, I have removed a lot of the beds in this place, and that is because we now have a... Oh, no, you go back through. I don't want you coming through here. We now have a cluster of villagers out here. See, there's quite a few of them. I did get distracted halfway through because I had to sort out some zombie problems, but we've got a good group to go off of at the moment. And what I'm going to do before I start putting them into the trade hall is I'm going to put this... What the... Where you come from? Wait, where's he come from? Okay, well, we've got a spare villager running around at the moment. I am going to put all of these beds back into place. Probably read them up again. Maybe. Right, put the beds back in. Now, what am I going to do? Look, you see... all the green particles, they're starting to reassign themselves to the beds. And no, I don't want you coming over there. He's going to mess things up. I'm not going to let him. You come with me. Actually, what am I doing? What am I doing? I need villagers. Why am I taking him back to the trade hall? You know what? Definitely come with me. You can come with me. You can enjoy your new life over here, my friend. Let's see what he wants to become. Okay, he's become a weaponsmith. That's cool. And I'm one by one, I'm going to row them over, these guys over to the trade hall, and I'm going to turn them all into fletchers now, because we've got a weaponsmith, we've got an armourer. All the rest of the job site blocks are just fletching tables. Okay, so that first group is already in now. I've put them into position, I've traded with each one of them, so they now offer the string trade, every one of them. And you might be wondering why I've got trapdoors in place as well as the cobblestone blocks. And that's simply because it's just for future villagers, for getting them in. Because what I find is, when you just have the trapdoors like this, if you bring them in with a boat and then you break the boat, what I find is when they try to pathfind to say one of these blocks, say one of these empty job site blocks, they don't just walk down the middle and then just go to the to the job site block they've chosen. What they like to do is they like to walk right along the edge here and then turn into that job site block. So when you have just a wall of trapdoors, they keep getting stuck in here, in like these little cubby holes here. And you know what villagers are like? They're stupid. They can't seem to figure out that they need to go up here and then along there. If you just walk down the middle, it'd be so much easier. But when you put a block here, they seem to be able to recognize, there's something obstructing me. I have to walk around it to get down there. You know, so that's why. Once I've got all of the villages in place, like for all of these empty job site blocks, once they're all in place, then I will come back through, take out these cobblestone blocks, and we will have a villager trade all with villagers trapped with trapdoors. Also, one other thing I want to show you, I'm going to do now on camera. I leveled the armor up, so now he offers diamond armor, and I haven't bought any of them, but I will do now on camera. So we got diamond leggings, blast protection, unbreaking. It doesn't really matter to me what enchantments they've got, because I will be actually getting some different enchantments in the future once we get librarians. But I mean, we've gone from no armor to full armor. Just like that, we've got fully kitted out, so now I can take on a lot more mobs, like skeletons mainly, without fear of dying. Because at the moment, up until now, I've sort of been avoiding skeletons whenever I've seen them, and I don't like carrying shields because they're kind of annoying to carry. So now, I feel OP a bit. So for the rest of the episode, I'm just going to spend my time getting the villagers from over there into the trade hall over here. And then once they're all in place, we can just make unlimited amounts of money. Okay, I'm back, and it is finally done. I say finally, it didn't actually take as long as I thought it would. It definitely took some time, but as you can see, I have got every one of these spaces filled with villagers. None of them are looking at me because they hate me now, but it is what it is. The ones in the background, see, they can see me. Look at them. That's right. Yeah, they are all trapped. Every single one of these spaces filled with money-making villagers for us. Look at them all. It is fantastic. Not only that, but you might notice that they are all leveled up from their little gemstones. You know, we got them. I decided as I was going to go, I was going to level them up. So each one of them offers the string trade because I didn't want to have to level them up afterwards. I thought I'd just do it as I went, and it's worthwhile because now I can come back and trade string with all of them. And I am going to do that. I'm just going to take a quick break. I was going to talk to you about how this went, but I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use as much of the string as possible that we got from the string duper and just trade once with each of the villagers, each of the Fletchers, just to see how much or how many emeralds we can actually get from them from a single like sitting of the trade hall. This is like without any of them resetting their trades, just one lot of trades per villager, and I just want to see how many emeralds we can actually get. So that 53 emeralds we won't actually take into account. Okay, so I've just done some trading, and here's the chest. Ignore this 53 emeralds because they were already in there to begin with. So we've got, what, 13 full stacks of emeralds plus another 16. That's crazy, just from one set of trades, and that's, you know, not even taking into consideration the fact that they reset their trades in a day. So I could actually get double that just from one day of trading, if I'm quick enough with the trading. Obviously, I might not be quick enough for them all to reset, to me to get through them all, and then for them to reset, and then to get through them all again. But, like, the minimum I could get then is 13 stacks of emeralds per day. That is crazy. I'm gonna sneeze. That is crazy. Like, we are making some serious cash. 13, which, let me just take every emerald I've got, minus 53 again. Okay, so minus those 53, and then head to a crafting table. How many emerald blocks can we make? So 1.5 stacks, basically, almost 1.5 stacks. I'm too short, but 1.5 stacks pretty much of emerald blocks I can make per day from trading. 1.5 stacks of emerald blocks, which is basically 2 days is like a beacon easy. Remember, that's minimum. Like, if I take into consideration that they're going to reset their trades during the day, then we could get more than that. So that's crazy stuff. But yeah, I was actually going to talk about the village breeder, what it was like to get it in. As you can see, I've completely finished the decoration, so that's nice. But the actual transporting of the villagers themselves wasn't actually that difficult. All I did was kick them out of their beds, put them into the boats, and then row them over. And then I started to do it during the daytime as well. I thought, you know what, fuck waiting for it to be night. I can just do it at daytime. It was a little bit more inconvenient because sometimes another villager would step into a boat at the same time, which was a bit of a pain. Normally baby villagers or like villagers who were in the middle of a conversation and they wanted to follow us to continue chatting, even though I did not want them to do that, and I was just more focused on kidnapping the villagers and taking them over to their new residence. As for how much string we used, I mean, the string dupe has been working non-stop. Obviously the storage system is fucked for it because that's another issue, but these were all full of string just before that trading session, and this is what we've got left. So and this one string here. So from trading all of the villagers once, 4 large double chests, or just 4 large chests, I've got this much left. So we go through some serious string. Yeah, I know I can get some potions of weakness and I can infect zombies, and that's part of the reason why I've set the villagers up this way, is so I can lead a zombie into here, and I'm pretty sure a zombie should be able to stand in these sections here, in between the planks, or in between the trapdoors, and be able to infect the villagers, and then move on to the next one, and then to the next one, and to the next one. I'm hoping that, and then I can come through, bang, bang, bang with potions, throw them some golden apples, which I don't currently own, but you know, when I do, throw them some golden apples, and we will start getting some reduced trades. I think the most time consuming part of them was actually just leveling the villagers up to like journeyman, expert level, so I can actually get the string trade, because when you have a look at them, I have sticks. I mean, these were all 32, not 31 sticks. So to level them up, I had to do 5 lots of these trades. So that's 2.5 stacks of sticks per villager. And we have like 40, 50 fletchers or something like that. So that's a lot of sticks just right there, even if I keep to the bare minimum of 5 trades. So I had to end up going, chopping up some wood, obviously again in my farm, which it was sort of a benefit, because while I did use a lot of sticks trading and a lot of the wood trading with fletchers just to level them up, it actually came as a benefit, because now it means we have a ton more logs waiting in the wings for us to do a lot of other things with. And then obviously I had to buy bows to level them up again. That was a pain. I bought so many bows, and I just chucked them out so they would despawn, because there's only so many bows you want, right? I chucked them either over here, or I just chucked them next to the villagers as I was trading, because I just couldn't be bothered to keep emptying my full inventory full of bows just to put them into like this, into my chest. There's some more. I think at this point, this is when I was like, no, fuck that, I'm just going to chuck them out. But yeah, we've made some more progress, and now we've got an OP villager trade hall for Fletchers. So we've got our money making machine now. All we have to do next is well, there's a number of things we can actually do. I think maybe I'll set up several trade hall buildings. I don't know if I'll put the villagers in just yet. I would like to set up some more trade hall buildings ready for villagers, because villagers are going to be an integral part to this series, or at least the beginning stages for sure. Also, I would really like to figure out what I'm going to do with the storage for the string duper. Like, I've been reading a lot of your comments, and a lot of people have been saying that while this storage system is terrible, and I 100% agree with you. I think I was the first person to say about this, and I'm definitely not the last. But many of you have also said, look, why don't you just have like a hopper minecart system and take them over to the trade hall, which I think is a fantastic idea. I really do. So that is one solution I might do. Some other people have said, no, I think you should probably move some villagers up to this room, so you can have like Fletchers on one side and some Fletchers on the other side, and you can just trade very quickly with them. It's very convenient, because you can just grab it from your storage system in here and then trade. Another really good idea. But then I'm going to have to transport villagers upstairs, and of course that's easy if you've got minecarts, but I don't really have the iron to spare. Plus I've got a dedicated trade hall, so out of the two I am leaning towards the hopper minecart, but again, I'm interested to hear any other potential solutions. Also, a lot of people have been saying, well, not a lot of people, that's a lie. A few people have been saying get fishermen, because fishermen offer string trades, but I think you can sell, while yes, you can sell string to fishermen, I don't think they're as cost effective as Fletchers, if I remember rightly. I think you have to trade more string to get a single emerald than you do for Fletchers. I think Fletchers are like a third of the price or a half the price, which obviously is what we want. So Fletchers are the way to go if I'm trading string. Also, one more thing before we end this episode. We head over here into the trade hall. As you can see, look, there are villagers emptied out, but I have been trying to breed them up, so keep their population up. Well, I have been trying to keep their population up. A few of the beds are emptied, but I think I've done a pretty good job at keeping that population up. And the island golems, their numbers were a lot higher in here. I did have to kill a lot of them, like quite a few of them. That brings me on to another thing I've got to tell you about as well. But as you can see, there are no animals in here now. Like, obviously the sheep, they all got killed from the goats, which I was very annoyed about. And then the goats, while I was transporting the villagers, they just sort of wandered out, and honestly, fuck knows where they are. I have no idea. They could be anywhere. They might be on the surface, in which case my last trip to the surface gathering animals were a complete waste. As for in here, they might be in here, but I don't think they're in here. Maybe they're stuck somewhere. I honestly couldn't tell you. They might have just despawned. Who knows? So I might have to go and grab more animals. But what I was saying is, because there was so many iron golems and I could kill a load, I actually managed I've gone past him. Trade this guy up another level. So now he's journeyman, and in fact I've got, what, 20 iron ingots left, so I can just get him to the last section. There we go. Now he'll be expert. Look at that. Now we can buy unbreaking 2 diamond axes. But I'll just trade them, and what I'll probably do is I will just wait until I get more iron and I'll just trade him up to master, and I should be able to get a diamond sword. But that won't be until next episode. So I think that's pretty much everything for this one. Alright, bye.